Alright guys, welcome back to What If Raditz raised Gohan. Where we last left off, Gohan and Beerus fought, and Gohan swore to kill Beerus. Now, let's continue. We cut to Beerus' planet as Gohan, Nappa, and Vegeta were all there training. Goku would come there to train every once in a while, and he still kept up and unlocked God Ki, but he had to spend time with his Chi-Chi. Goku would comfort her, and try to live the life that he could. He would try to change Gohan's mind and try to turn him back to the soft little kid he was, or at least warm up his heart, but nothing he did ever worked. Goku was confused and didn't really know what to do, so he just lived on Earth. And on Earth, he spent time with Chi-Chi, and spent time with other humans, and even aliens vacationing there, hoping that he could free the planet one day. Meanwhile, as that was going on, suddenly Champa would appear on Beerus' home planet. Nappa, Gohan, and Vegeta looked confused. It looked like Beerus, but fatter. They would then begin to argue. Champa brought some sort of egg and was trying to play it off as some great food. Champa and Beerus would then argue at each other for a while, and all the Saiyans would just watch, confused. Eventually, however, they would agree to have a tournament. Gohan was excited to show off his new skills and power in front of everyone. And as the tournament began, he knew where to get Kakarot. However, Beerus would look at him and say, "We need one more fighter. Go find them." Gohan would nod, as he sent all of his forces to look for a great fighter. As they went off to Earth to find Goku, Goku would be with Chi-Chi, as suddenly a spaceship would arrive, and all of them would walk down. Goku didn't know what it was for. He saw a serious look on Gohan's eyes. He figured maybe he's here to kill him, so then he won't be attached to him anymore. Goku got ready to fight, but Gohan said, "Relax, Dad," he said in a pessimistic manner. "I think it's time you help us with a tournament." Goku was excited to show off his moves, and he would get a chance to spend time with Gohan, maybe change his mind a bit. He didn't really know. Goku, Nappa, and Vegeta with Gohan all decided to go to the tournament. As they went there, they waited for the last fighter to show up. Suddenly, Gohan's soldiers would bring them Broly, a man they found stranded. Gohan would look at him, intrigued. He looked strong. Not as strong as them, but he had some potential. Gohan would decide to have him go right after him in case anything happened. As they were all waiting, the first match was finally about to begin. Botamu versus Gohan. Gohan would begin to fight Botamu. As he punched him, Botamu would laugh. "Oh, silly man, I can absorb power. You might as well just give up." But then Gohan had an idea. "You're an idiot." Botamu would look down and say, "What? Seriously, you are? You think that power is unique? I met tons of people with a similar power to you. Of course, I never met someone with that power because of how fat and lazy they were, so I guess you're unique that way." Botamu would then yell at Gohan. As Gohan got bored, so he grabbed him and began to drag him by his feet. And as he dragged him, he just threw him off the edge like he was nothing. He didn't waste any time. He didn't have any small talk. He just threw Botamu out like the trash he was. The next match was Gohan versus Frost. Frost would then look at him and say, "Salutations, good sir," as he would try to shake his hand. Gohan would be confused. He looked like Frieza, but he seemed nice. Gohan would just sigh and shake his hand, saying, "Listen, I'm not like any other fighter. I'm not going to go easy on you. If you drop out right now, you'll be okay." Frost laughed and says, "I appreciate the concern, but I'll be fine." As suddenly the ring began, and both of them began to battle each other. As Frost and Gohan both began to push each other, Gohan would then smile and say, "I think it's time we take it to the next level, Frost." Frost would look at him and say, "What do you mean? I know you could transform. I met someone of your race before in my universe." Gohan then turned Super Saiyan, then he would say, "I killed him." As Frost looked shocked, they would both begin the battle, but Final Form Frost was no match for Gohan, so he had to poison him. As he tried to poison him, Gohan grabbed his hand and said, "Nice try. I've dealt with people using dirty tricks before. You honestly think you can defeat me like that, Frost? You're pathetic." Frost would say, "Shut up! Ugh! I gave up my act just to get rid of you, and it didn't even work. Oh, I hate you. Why couldn't you just be friendly and have a nice friendly match? Why do you gotta be like this?" Frost said. "Friendly, you're the one who tried to poison me. I only did that after you were gonna win." But then Gohan began to torture him, beat him up limb from limb, hit him in all of his pressure points, grab his tail and begin to yank him around the stadium. He would hit him against the stadium again and again and again, till his skull cracked open a bit. Everyone would scream, "That's enough, that's enough!" Gohan would say, "You're pathetic," as he kicked Frost out of the ring. And no one saw Frost cheat, so everyone would think he's a good guy, except for Hit, who kind of got a glimpse of that. Everyone would be shocked that Gohan would take it that far. It's just a tournament. The next match would be him versus Kaba. Kaba would shake, get scared of Gohan after that. Gohan would then say, "Turn Super Saiyan." Kaba would look up and say, "I can't do that." "You can't?" "No, if that's the form where your hair turns yellow. But I'm still strong." Gohan would look down at Kaba as he would walk up towards him and begin to laugh. "I'm sorry, but if you can't turn Super Saiyan, then you're useless to me. I'll give you this. You're pretty young, so it makes sense you haven't unlocked it yet. And maybe your people don't know how to. After all, I was the first one in so long." "You were?" "Yes, I am Gohan, the Super Saiyan who was only 6 years old and the man who killed Frieza." He would then grab Kaba's hair and then begin to chuck him around the ring, knocking him into the ring again and again and again, dragging him by his hair, punching him, blasting him, laughing at him. As Gohan in his Super Saiyan form began to torture Kaba, Kaba would scream out in pain and agony. As Champa would say, "That's enough," Gohan would say, "Shut up or you're next." Beerus would then laugh, finding that hilarious, that he would challenge Champa like that. Champa then got annoyed as he began to go on more and more. Kaba would beg for mercy. Kaba would beg to stop, but Gohan would say, "Here's a life lesson. If you want people not to do this to you, get stronger. As long as you're a pathetic little runt, everyone will bully you. You're welcome." As then Gohan threw him up and kicked him into the ground, knocking Kaba out. As he then laughed, Hit would look at Gohan, knowing he had a greater strength hidden within. The next match will be Gohan versus Vegeta. As Vegeta jumped down, the giant robot got ready to fight. As Gohan got ready to fight him too. As they both began the battle, Gohan would be intrigued. Vegeta would shoot lava blast after lava blast. Gohan would test out this fighter and everything about him. He's never fought anything like this before, a giant metal man. Gohan would then begin to have his fun, but the novelty eventually wore off. As Gohan would say, "Let's get serious," suddenly he turned blue and launched a giant Gallic gun straight into its face, knocking it off the ring. As he turned back to his base form, Vegeta was out. As he then looked up at Hit and pointed at him, saying, "I know you're the real deal. I'm excited to fight you." As he smirked, so did Hit. The next match was Gohan versus Hit. As Gohan looked at Hit, Hit looked at him, and they got in a fighting stance. As suddenly Hit would time skip. Each time he time skipped, he would hit Gohan, but suddenly Gohan would begin to block it. As he said, "I predicted your moves, Hit. Your moves are quite predictable for an assassin. I thought you'd be better than this." This would make Hit mad, but then he would laugh. "You know what, Gohan, you're something else." Hit would then increase his time skip, as suddenly he would then begin to outmatch Gohan. Gohan would get mad, his eyes would turn red, and his hair would start to stand up, but then he would stop himself and say, "You know, I wish we could fight for real." Hit would say, "What was that? You have another form. I know you're holding out on me. Maybe I am. The truth is, I'm saving this one to fight Beerus." Hit was shocked. He had a plan to destroy Beerus? Really? Well, once he finds out you're hiding it from him, he's gonna destroy you. Nah, I'm the one who's gonna destroy him. Gohan would then walk towards the edge. As Beerus would say, "What are you doing?" Gohan would yell, "I'm bored," and jump off. As Gohan would be disqualified, Hit would be shocked. There was no one else like him. He was so brutal, so cutting, and yet at the same time, he just didn't care. Gohan was truly unique. He would walk up there, as Nappa would say, "You did a good job." Vegeta would say, "What the hell was that?" "Yeah, I didn't have you there just to quit." He would say, "Shut up, Beerus." "All right, Broly, you're up." "Don't tell me to shut up. I'm a destroyer." Yeah, you need me." Beerus would then get pissed. But Broly would, break the ice as he would jump on to the match. And then when the match started, Hit began to destroy Broly. But Broly got angrier and angrier and angrier till he was able to knock Hit off the edge. But then he lost control, so Beerus had to knock him out. And yeah, there was a whole thing. With Beerus being mad at Gohan, Gohan knew he had to act soon. He knew that he had to go up and lay low. He was tired of bowing down to him. He was tired of acting like Beerus was above him. Gohan knew it was time to finally get rid of him. And after this tournament, this was prime time. As we're going to leave things off, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Let me know what you think of the video down below. Peace out.